Hallo und willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von The Stanley Parable. Ja, Leute, was geht denn hier ab? Ich bin im Land der schlechten Bewertungen gelandet, sozusagen. Okay, die Tür ist zu. Ja, mal gucken, wo uns das jetzt hier noch hinführt. Hallo? Meine Sprünge habe ich auch aufgebraucht. Ha. Hm. Okay, was haben wir denn hier?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do
Okay.
anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay. Hallo?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice... Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Okay.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Ja,
Where
oder?
did the door go? Wasn't there
Wo
a
ist sie
door
hin?
that led into this room?
Ja.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just... Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's
Okay.
no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
Drück.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Oh.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Ja,
But
es
it
ist für
isn't,
mich
Stanley.
genauso dunkel.
It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's
Ja.
what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
Wir gucken mal, was
I
für ein
was
Zeitraum es jetzt
consumed
ist.
by it. I could do nothing.
Okay, Stille. Hallo? Ja, nicht damit gerechnet, dass ich wiederkomme. Ist da irgendwas? Nee. Jetzt sagt er gar nichts mehr. Ich weiß nicht mal, wie viel Zeit vergangen ist. Ich glaube, jetzt habe ich ihn wütend gemacht, weil ich nochmal gedrückt habe. Also ich mag nicht, ich komme hier nicht raus. Soll ich mich die ganze Zeit voll sitzen lassen? Batterie ist alle. Hm. Hallo?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then...
Okay, er ist in seinen Erzählungen wieder gefangen. Wieder Stille. Das Ding ist aus. Hallo? Irgendwo tropft es rein.
The end is never the end, 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 is never
Oh,
the
schnell weiter weg hier. Was ist denn hier? Ich gucke immer noch mal, ob sich irgendwas verändert. Also bis auf dass das Licht ausgefallen ist. Und es hier irgendwo reintropft. Blub, blub, blub. Oh, tropft aber ordentlich. Oh. Oh hey. Okay. Ganz schön laut. So langsam vergammelt hier alles. Oh, Sonne. Hier hat's mal reingeregnet. Komm ich hier raus? Ist ein Glitchy? Nee. Schade. Ich glaube, der Erzähler, der sitzt jetzt gerade sabbernd in der Ecke. Weil so viele Jahre vergangen sind. Aber es ist wenigstens heller jetzt. Stand der Stuhl hier schon immer? Bei der Dunkelheit habe ich den gar nicht gesehen. Aber die Tür ist immer noch nicht zurück. Na. Oha. Alter, wie viel Zeit vergeht denn hier? Hallo? Ich will raus. Ich will raus. Wieder Inside oder was? Okay, ich will doch nicht raus. Mir viel zu dunkel da draußen. Äh. Hä? Was ist... Oh. Okay. Was ist passiert? Das sieht hier alles nicht mehr sehr bewohnt aus. Okay. Alles klar, das war ein Ende. Hallo?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Da
could
ist er ja
it
wieder.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Aha. Okay. New Content. Okay, Leute, wir gehen nochmal rein.
Good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Das Schild war ja nicht zu übersehen. Kommst du eigentlich dahin? Hm.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
Okay.
forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Mhm. Oh, 2.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Glastüren. Okay. Jetzt hat er einfach überall nur die 2 hingeklatscht und ein bisschen rote Akzente rein. Das macht aber auch nicht ein neues Spiel. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Oh. They're back. 2 doors. Herrlich. New Mac! Oh Gott. Ah, Leute. Ich verstehe den Witz. So. Oh. Ähnliche Schriftarten. Thanks for attention. My Mitino. Okay. Was weiß denn nicht?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Mhm. This way to the show floor. Okay. New Content Plus? Ui.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, so. New features. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Der soll da drin sein. Ja.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jetzt bin ich gespannt.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Okay.
I want you to imagine yourself... Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally, all right, fine, whatever, it's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Okay, Mensch, immerhin sagt der Knopf Jim. Oh, Leute.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
That's new. Moment. Ich will erst mal vorne kurz gucken, was da neu ist. Please, no screenshots. Okay. Was ist das? Oh. Sprungkreis, unendliches Loch, okay.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
He new and easy trophy. Get here.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, The trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gib mir die Trophäe! Uncool. Funktioniert also doch nicht.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles. Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yay, 0 von 6. 1 von 6, okay. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
You are here. Okay. Infinity Hall. Na, dann gehen wir da nochmal rein. Oder Jump Circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Na toll. Wer konnte das denn ahnen?
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Stanley Parable, Ocean Bucket. B2. Wo muss ich denn da hin? Nicht Exit. Dahin. Okay. Und das Infinity Hall wollen wir uns ja auch mal angucken.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. Ich hab einen Eimer.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay, das da würde ich kaufen. Dem Gehirn drauf. So. Infinity Hall. Ach so. Wie schön, der klappert da gerade.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. Wie viel Zeit haben wir noch? So. Oh! Ich habe einen Step zu viel gemacht.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Okay.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Wollen wir einfach nochmal reinspringen?
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again, so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Ich warte immer, ob er noch was sagt. Uiuiuiui. Okay. Leute, aber hier muss ich langsam mal Schluss machen. Jetzt haben wir uns das auch angeguckt. Wir hatten ja hier noch einen Weg. Ach nee, hier geht's nicht nach oben. Okay. Der war hier vorne irgendwo. Aber den sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal an. Leute, in dem Sinne, vielen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Wie immer gerne bewerten, kommentieren. Und auch gerne abonnieren, falls ihr nichts mehr verpassen wollt. Ja, und ich laufe mit meinem Eimer dann mal vom Anfang. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.